Hey everybody, you're probably wondering what this is all about. Well, I thought that you all have had the opportunity to get to know me in some weird and wacky ways, so that it would be a good opportunity for you all to meet my mom. This is my mother, the person who gave birth to me, and probably the reason why I am the way I am today. So have you ever had any confusion or complaints?
I'm not taking responsibility for all of this, okay?
She just says that because she's humble. She knows that she's left me a scarred and twisted human being. So I figured,
See my hair?
yeah.
Isn't that cool?
It is.
I don't know where it's supposed to go. And looking in the camera, it's like much different than...
Well, I think, yeah, you can see it's the exact
opposite
of, yeah, it's a reverse angle, I don't know.
So I don't know what to do with my hands.
Nice.
Okay, how about that?
There we go. So, I had a video that I had put up a while ago, where I was wandering around Castro Street, and she was there. Now you all actually get the opportunity to meet my mom. So I thought I'd ask her a couple questions, and you guys could get to know her, because I know I've talked about her many times, and you all don't believe me.
Are you really recording this?
Yes.
I'm making faces at the camera.
Oh. I'm looking at the camera. I don't know.
Where is the camera?
Right there. That little square.
Oh.
Yeah, Macintosh is a wacky thing. So anyway, all right, so here's the deal. Usually, one of the things that I did in the past was that I had an interview video that I had created where I asked people who wanted to be interviewed to let me know, and I had like 20 or 30 people. There's still people out there that are complaining that I haven't interviewed them, so I guess I'm getting myself back into the mood by starting with my mom. And what I did was basically I said, okay, who wants to be interviewed? I'll ask you 5 questions.
Uh-huh.
And the 5 questions that I asked, I think 2 of them were universal questions. It was like, what is your username and why? And why do you use the website YouTube? And, you know, what is it about? And then the 3 other questions were personalized questions. I'd go and I'd check out their video library, and then I'd see what it is they posted, and I'd look at the information they posted, learn about them, and then ask them questions from what I learned. So I've known you my whole life, so I figured I can probably just pull from the library of memories and ask questions. So I think the first thing that I would ask, as just to get to know you, is you've been in California for about 14 years now, and before that you were on the East Coast and from the South. So being somebody who's had the experience of the living in the South and at a time when it was a little bit wacky camera, a little bit more I don't want to say relaxed, but it was a simpler time, and then coming forward in time to today, what would you say is the biggest differences in the way things are in California, which is supposed to be a laid-back state, as compared to a small town in the South?
Okay. I was raised in the South. I was raised in Kentucky, and at the time I didn't know that it was clannish and cliquish, and everything was based on your position in the world and the church that you went to and the clothes that you wore. And I grew up thinking that I was a good Baptist girl. I followed the rules. I kept my nose clean. And when I came to California, after many years, of course, living elsewhere, when I came to California and discovered the different types of churches that are here and the different types of people that are here, and the value system is different here than where I come from. Where I come from, you give an honest day's work for an honest day's wage.
Right.
It's a very poor area, but people had a lot of self-pride. They took pride in their work. They took pride in their word. Their word was the most valuable thing that they had, their word.
Right.
Since I've come to California, the things that I did discover that I liked is that they took less notice of your clothing or your accent or the church that you went to, and they paid more attention to whether or not you could do the job. My first job here, I got just coincidentally because I was going to CSM at the time, and they had a posting on the bulletin board for a part-time facilities administrator. And I thought, oh, that'd be cool. I can make a little bit of money and still go to school full-time. So I lived in Redwood City at the time, and the job was at Seaport Boulevard.
Right.
So I got on my bicycle. I had on my pink shorts, my white sneakers, and T-shirt. I put my resume in my back pocket, and I rode my bicycle down to Seaport Boulevard. And I went up to the building, and I walked in. The receptionist was there, and I said, "I'd like to, put in my resume for this particular position." And she said, "Oh, well, the facilities manager is right in the conference room behind me." I said, "No, no, no, no. I'm not dressed for an interview. I had on my business suits at home, blah, 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 blah."
Mm-hmm.
And she said, "No, no, no, no. You got to wait." So I said, "Okay, well, I'll give him my resume, and then I'll come back for a formal interview." Well, he came out and took me outside. And we stood outside and talked for a long time. And he looked at my resume, and I talked to him. And he hired me on the spot, regardless of my southern accent, my white sneakers, and my pink shorts. And that really impressed me because he cared more about, can you do the job, and less about what I looked like or what I spoke like or what my clothes were.
Would you say that that particular aspect of what you expected, the appearance-based, the how your hair is cut, the clothes that you're wearing, would you say that the part of that influence came from the East Coast?
Oh, yeah.
Where that's actually a very large part of the presentation. It's not about so much about your skill set, but how you present yourself to the employer.
Yeah, and also it's really back east, Philadelphia specifically, of course, because that's where my job skills came from. That's where my work experience actually began. My first professional position was in Philadelphia, but they're very patriarchal. It's like a good old boys club. You have to. I was in facilities management. Okay, I cut cables and terminated cables and crawl around on the floor under people's desks, fixing their computers. And I was required to wear high heels, pantyhose, a business suit, makeup, fingernails, hairstyle, so I can climb under your desk. But it was a requirement because everybody had to look a certain way, everybody had to fit into a certain niche, and it sucked.
I've always said that Philly sucked, and now see, nice Southern woman is just backing up everything that I've ever said. There you go. Ha. Okay. So now you've been in California, as I said, for about 14 years. You've been here about 2 years longer than me. I've been here for about 12. And I know that you've said time and time again that you love this part of all the different places you love. You love California. You love the Bay Area specifically.
Mm-hmm.
What is it about California, or specifically the Bay Area in California, that has you hooked, that this is the place that you want to stay, that you want to live and die? Why? What is it about California? What is it about here?
California, in this area, my opinion is that it has a spiritual connection. The ocean is right there, the bay is right there, the water is there, the mountains are there, the fields are there. You can take a drive down 280 for no other reason than just to look around. You take a walk in the neighborhoods. It's quiet, it's clean, it's peaceful. People say hello. They don't
Yeah, look at the ground, keep walking.
Yes.
Blinders.
And nobody will bite your head off if you say good morning or smile at them. And I don't feel lonely here. Even though I don't have a lot of friends or a lot of social connections, I feel like there is a deeper connection for me here than I found even in Kentucky.
Yeah.
I love California. I think it's a beautiful place. The terrain challenges you because for me, it's like I'm looking to see, I wonder if I can get up that hill. Maybe. So there's always something, and there's always something new to see. And they say that you don't have seasons here. That's not true. Because you do have seasons. They're just not as blatant as other places.
Subtle seasons.
They're subtle seasons, yeah. It gets cold at night, and the leaves turn color, and they fall off the trees. It's not like a blaze of glory like it is back east, but it's it's also, you don't get glacier snow at the bottom of your tires when you go out in the morning with
true.
a pick and a hammer to chip away the ice so you can drive your car to work.
Yeah.
Thank you, God. And I don't have to worry about standing on the corner waiting for a bus with snow up to my butt.
Freezing. Yeah.
Freezing with impossible to get enough layers of clothes to stop that glacier wind that blows right through to your bones. It makes you hurt all the time.
I think that's called wind chill factor.
Yeah, whatever it is, I don't want to have to go through that again. And people say to me, "Oh, you can get through the snow from here." No.
Who cares?
See you later.
You go.
Enjoy yourself.
I'll sit here on my nice warm porch while you go and choose to play in the snow.
It's true. It's true.
I think that everybody that goes up to the not the Poconos, what is it, what are the ski resorts around here called?
It's up by Reno.
Yeah, whatever. The point is, I think that everybody that goes there should be required to spend one weekend doing nothing but shoveling. I think if you really want to see the experience, you should be required to shovel a path from your car to the lodge door the whole way. And then have to shovel, and then you go inside the lodge and have a nice cup of hot coffee or cocoa, and come back out and realize there's another 6 inches where the last 6 inches you shoveled were.
Yeah.
And then once you people realize that is what living in snow is like,
that is.
Then suddenly going skiing and snowboarding and all of that crazy stuff.
And never being able to get warm.
Yeah, and being cold all the time.
It starts in late August, and it runs through all the way till at least early May.
Yeah.
At least early May before it starts to warm up again.
Yeah. It's
a painful place to live. It really is. I can't hang with it.
And that's why we're here. That and we're avoiding the authorities. This isn't helping, though. This is going to be on the internet, and they'll be able to find us.
No, I changed my hair color.
That's true. That's true. So I think to wrap up the question thing, it should go a little bit different. We went over all the different. Well, I can't say all the different. We went over different aspects of moving from the South to California.
Mm.
So,
that's the tip of the iceberg.
Yeah. Oh, sure. There's a lot of stuff that I could be asking. And if you have some questions for my mom, you should probably write them down, and I'll get her to answer them on camera later on. I think the last thing that I would ask, since we're on the topic of just your experiences living here and in California and why, is what hobby would you say living in California has given you the opportunity to partake of better than anywhere else? Because I know you have several hobbies that you like to do.
Oh, let me think. Gardening.
Gardening?
Yeah. I really like getting my hands in the dirt, the smell of the earth, and watering the flowers, and putting the seeds in and watching them grow. And they don't die here. You know, the frost doesn't come in the wintertime and freeze down into the soil 6 inches and kill all my flowers.
That's true.
And actually, things grow here all year round. My orange tree in the back grows. All I have to do is pull the oranges off and it grows new ones.
So throw them at your neighbors. Some of your neighbors need to have oranges chucked at them. Mm. They do. Some of our neighbors suck.
Which ones?
The nasty ones. Like around the corner, the guy across the street who would yell at you, and he would park his truck, his big old nasty truck, being a schmuck. The guy you told me about, that was right around the corner.
Oh yeah, the one that almost got in a fight.
Yeah, the one that needs to be hit in the head with something repeatedly. All right, so folks, you've got the opportunity to meet my mom, and I asked her some questions. If you do have some questions you'd like me to ask my mom, please let me know, and I'll be sure to get her back on cam. And yes, I guess because I'm interviewing my mom, that means that I'm going to have to start the interview process again. And I'll probably make an official interviewing you people on YouTube. So, until next time, this is RavenLaughs and his mom.
My name is Letha.
Yes, my mother. I don't call you Letha.
My name's Letha.
Yes, it is.
I also have several other names. And my email address is Letha310.
It's true.
And if your friends have anything negative to say, I don't want to know about it, okay?
Believe me, Mom, if they have anything negative to say, I'm not even going to pay attention, because their opinion doesn't matter. I don't think my friends will say anything negative. Anybody who has anything negative to say can fuck off. So, Until next time, folks, this is me and my mom. See y'all later.
Adios!